we're back for night 2 of some National Treasure critiques. For those that have been living under a rock, this is a design contest hosted on tgctours.com. Part of the Design Challenge series. This is leg 2, where the designers were tasked with making the national course for a given country. There was a list of countries put forth. The designers selected the country on a first-come, first-served basis, and bam, they built courses. So here we are. We're going to run through and give us some critiques. The WID 3 we did last night are up on YouTube later on. If you guys don't know how to find that, it's pretty easy. It's Griff. It's my YouTube channel. I'll post a link a little bit later on. But other than that, we're going to kick off and run through some courses tonight until I've said I've had enough. So I'll probably definitely get 2 in, if not 3. And the first one we're going to run through tonight is going to be the Transylvania Municipal Golf Park by Erickson Stone. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get that loaded up. And whoa. I could have swore that was an I that I put in there, not a G. I don't know if it'll be a marathon night or not, man. We'll just see. Some of it will depend on how many people are kind of checking in around too. We get down to like 2 or 3 people, I don't see the point in keep on streaming. Because usually I'm worn out by then, and you guys are worn out by then, so we'll just have to see. So, I always try to make this clear before going into the streams, is that 99% of everything I'm going to say here is going to be nothing more than my opinion. If there are things that are technical issues that are going to cost the designer points on the score sheet, I will definitely point those out and claim them. As such, otherwise, this is nothing more than me, my eyeballs as a fellow designer, seeing things, saying, you know what, you might try this, you might try that. It's not me saying that the designer is right, wrong, or otherwise. It's just my opinion. It's something that they may take to future courses, they may not, and you don't have to agree with me, that's fine. You guys are welcome to discuss over here on the right-hand side, that makes it more fun. But I will say this, whether you agree with me or not, please don't take this crap into the course threads or into the judging threads. When we get those posted, I will automatically delete those and probably ban you from said forum. We don't need the arguments, we don't need the ego and that kind of crap put in there. This is for fun, trying to give a little bit of insight. I don't pretend to know what the hell I'm doing in the designer, you know, I'm just giving my thoughts. So Mitch. So by all means, you guys are welcome to add on over there on the right hand side. The more you guys participate, the more fun it is. Otherwise, it's just me playing courses. And as always, for those that have been long-time followers of these streams, I don't give a shit what I shoot on these. So my score is not indicative of how good or bad the course is, nor is it represented in the judging, you know, at a future date. I spend as much time looking around as I do planning shots. I get more into the playability of a course when I go through and score it myself. So don't take the way I shoot on these golf courses as how it's going to be scored or whether I like it or not. So as long as I end up even par, I feel like it's successful. You are the peanut gallery. That's not an insult. That's just is what it is. So it's a really cool looking shot. Golly, man, I'm getting like Mayday's fucking ghost every single time on these. Act like he's been playing this shit or something. And likewise, you guys are welcome to jump on and play along, but I will not be hosting your shots on here. I try to limit it just to mine so I can go ahead and get through it and all that. So, really cool opening hole right here. I like that. It's a very nice look. A little bit of the sun popping in behind the castle. I think he meant that to be viewed from a distance, and that's perfectly okay. He's using the shadow to kind of mask textures, but that's really cool look. Really cool look. Use a 255 off the tee, which is probably the safer shot, and it's not horrible for a 424 yard hole, so it's not overly long. So I think I'm going to take the recommended Course done. Well, you're gonna have to go ahead and get busy on that there, Mitch. We're kind of coming down to that time, you know. Woo! I didn't take a. Yeah, I just don't know what benefit driver would have given me right there. I'd be playing. I mean, you can probably land it, but almost feels like that landed soft. So he may have gone soft textures. I don't look at a lot of the setup info when I'm loading these things up, so there's a good chance he's made this course soft. Nice look into the green. Probably could have hilled out just a little bit more over here since we're not cart pathing or anything through this, so you don't have anything doing it. So just a couple of complementary hills over here to the right really would have framed this, but that's just a me thing. But good looking hole. Good looking hole. Got a severe slope that's pushing us that way. We got the side wind, so I'm going to play it about like this. I'm going to be way out to the left. The wind did not do shit for me on that. That's just kind of funny. But okay, so 180s, and that hit kind of soft. So I'm going to guess these are fast greens, but they are soft. So there you have it. And I ain't going to play with this putt just a whole hell of a lot. I ain't going to lie. I'm not going to open up with a bogey, so I'm just going to like get it up in there and see if I can par this some bitch out till I get a feel for this course. So the fast soft combination is, which he's done that before. He did that on a TGC1 course, his desert course. I can't recall the name of it now, but I remember him doing that. I should remember it because I finished second in that tournament. But yeah, I'd agree. Wind is just kind of jacked up. You sit there and you play for a 6-mile-an-hour side wind. It didn't affect my ball in flight at all. I mean, it hung out to the left straight on line where I hit it, so it's weird. But yeah, to get a 2-mile-an-hour tailwind, it will carry my ball, you know, like it's a 15-mile-an-hour tailwind. It's freaking crazy sometimes. So, good medium-sized par 3 right here. Good look off the tee box. He's done a good job giving us views. He's kept his tee box elevated, but yet he's kept everything below visible. So, good planning on that right there. That looks like a lot of multi-plant shit going on right there. But nice look. Jeez. I mean, I don't know how to play this. Given the win on the first one, oh well. We'll just play it like this, see what happens. Yep. Those are soft, so I'm going to have to keep that in mind, or I'm going to screw myself later on. It's been a long time since I played a course with soft greens, man. But they're fast. Nah, I got to hit that. I just did not hit that putt. Speed freaked me out. So there was a lot of roll out on that. I mean, there was a pretty big break on that. I just needed to hit it firm, and I didn't. I backed off of it, and it was an inch uphill, so I could hit that a little bit better than what I did. So he's going to mess with me about the first 6 holes on the greens with the soft combination with the super fast. It's definitely going to play with me a little bit. So interesting layout here. I'll have to check and see how that looks as we get down in there. I thought I hit that fast for a second. Whoo. Yeah, this is soft. A cool rock feature we have going there. As far as the little rock wall is built up, it's done that nice. I'm not really sure about the rocks over to the right. I don't know if they add that much, but that's just a design philosophy thing. Man, I cannot stay inside the cone on a fucking 1-iron. It kills me. Go to the practice range and mess with it, no problem whatsoever. I start playing rounds, I'm outside the cone on it every freaking time. But I had the right distance for what I wanted right there, oddly enough. Oh, I did not mean to hit that. It lagged out when I went on the back, so I let go of the thumbstick and it hit it anyway. Oh well. Thank you. Thank you, game. Thank you very much. Yep, I carry a 1-iron. I carry a 1-iron in real life. As long as I don't de-loft, I actually hit it pretty well. It's when I de-loft, man, I just cannot stay inside the cone. But I like it better in the 4 hybrid. It gets me some of the same distances. I got the ability to loft it, to stop it. So believe it or not, it's a pretty legitimate club. I'm surprised more people don't take advantage of it. Well, I do, but I'm a real golfer, so. It's a little bit different look. This is 458, so I'm not crazy about having to take a 3-wood off on this one, so we're going to hope that we clear here. They're soft, so I'm not going to get a lot of rollout on my shot. I already know that going into it, so I can afford to be a little bit more aggressive on the tee shot. Downhill. I have a tendency to fly on me a little bit. Oh God, they're soft greens. Ugh, I played for a rollout and they're soft. They're not gonna roll out, man. Not sure what's going on with that mounting at the end of that rock right there, but let's see what it looks like off the tee box. Not as crazy about the roughing around the bunkers right here. It feels a little bit scattered to me, and that's just a style thing for me. I mean, I do mine a little bit different, but it just looks a little bit herky-jerky here and there. That's just an opinion, but it's valid. I'm not sure what we got going on down here at the end of this rock. Why we chose to... The hell am I even looking at? So we got a different colored rock on top of a rock. I don't know if that was a publishing thing that changed things up or what? That looks a little bit weird. And of course we're going to get a fast downswing on that. It wasn't, but we're going to get it anyway. So, you're welcome to the sand. Now we're going to start in and just have random tempos from here on out. I feel that coming. So I'll take it. Slam that one to the back of the cup. So, all in all, this far, in a pretty good course. It takes a little bit to catch up with the softness and the speed, so it's a little bit off-putting for the first couple of holes. Not how I feel about the rock stuff over there. But that's just more of an own personal thing. I mean, some people are really going to like that. To me, it begins to look very cluttered. You start putting that many rocks in there, but that's just a griff thing. That's not anything that Patrick did wrong on that. It's just not my favorite look on a hole. For me, there's 100 different things that are more effective to highlight that area than just putting a bunch of rocks. Oh, a slow and a fast. So yeah, tempo is just going to start doing whatever the fuck it wants to. That made no sense. So I mean, you can kind of see from the fairway right here, it just starts looking like a big rock pile. I mean, you don't even get the sense of the water and what he's going for. But like I said, that's just a me thing. Nothing wrong with what he's done right there. I mean, as far as what he's done, he's put a lot of work into it and made it look concise and uniform. It's just not my kind of thing. What the hell? I mean, we're not going to get there like this, but let's do a practice swing. I gotta figure out where the tempo is going. Okay, so it says. I was gonna say, please come back down. I mean, get a little bit more roll than that. Jeez. Fuck you. Fuck you. No way in hell. No way in bloody fucking hell is that very slow. I jammed that stick forward about as fast as you possibly can. Oh, man. Okay, fuck this. Let's just... What I should have done in the first place. At least I could have made fucking par on it. It's a stupid fucking tempo-ass game, man. Nice. I always like taking bogeys on par fives, especially when it has nothing to do with my damn swing or anything I did wrong. Good damn thing I saved par on the hole before. Well, that's some fast moving water right there, isn't it? See, this is 403, so with it being a shorter par 4, he can take some risk here on ball placement and such. Really big freaking green back there for, eh, not as bad as what it looked like on the flyover. Right. Just hit it right into the tree. Holy shit, I hit it through. You mean I didn't like bang one right into the trunk of one of those? I call it shenanigans. What's up, Patrick? That just doesn't happen right there. I do not hit through the trees and not bounce one right off the trunk of one. I call bullshit. See, these are soft, so I can't afford to loft here. I'm better just taking this one straight up and letting it do what it's going to do. That's what I'm talking about. If I loft right there, I come up short of that pin. So still adjusting to the soft greens with the 80 speeds. Good to get that one back after that stupid fucking bogey on par 5. It had nothing to do with me. And it wasn't the course. Patrick's just now tuning in. My bogey on that par 5 had nothing to do with the course or with me. It had to do with the tempo issue. It gave me a very slow on a flop that I jammed the stick forward. I expected to go very fast, actually. Because I went fast on it, and it gave me a very slow, so go figure. Yeah, so what are we at? 164. So we're a medium length here, so I don't mind the sloping as much on a medium. I would not like that at all if that was one of those 200 yarders, so I can live with that. Stop. Jeez. What? Those are like manure piles over there. That's what those look like, Patrick. They look like manure piles. I'm not sure about your choice of rocks on that. What we got here? We got a 470 yard par 4, so we got some length to this one, and it's going uphill, so this is going to play damn near like a short par 5. Not sure about the choices there. That's a little bit confuzzled. And I mentioned this on an earlier hole. Not anything I'm gonna like beat you up or anything else. It's just not my style of the cut around the bunkers right here. That first cut, it just, I don't know, the way you've laid that in, it makes that first cut come off a little bit more sloppy than what was intended. So, I mean, you kind of see where it goes in and out and all that. I mean, it just looks like you had your fairway laid down, then you laid a bunch of rough down to the side, and then you just you cut your bunkers in to fit, what you already laid in, and it's just usually not a good practice to do that. So, just a personal opinion. But like I said, to each their own. Not necessarily my style of doing things. But that's just me. Not anything you did wrong. Some people really like that. I'm just saying from my eyeballs, just telling you my opinion. I was really close to a fast downswing on that. Almost slipped it off. Big bump right there, so I guess we're going to force the ball to the left. So I don't mind having some camber there. I probably would have made it a little bit more gradient, even if you're going for a bumpy style, because just having it cut that far, I mean, you're just automatically telling the player, I'm going to kick your ball to the left whether you like it or not. So you kind of take some of the playmaking ability out of your player's hands. Because there really is no point to go further to the right just to kind of hit that flat spot. But it's not worth the risk. Not worth it, I say. Not worth that. So yeah, this is playing like a short par 5 right here, man. 218, up 18 with the wind. Shit, let's just do it. Let's do loft just a tad, not much. Got more rollout on that than I thought I was going to. I haven't been getting that much rollout on anything, so I kind of figured that. So if I would have played that straight up, it would have been a better shot. No problem. Still a good hole. I Golf Bad must be practicing for his weekly tour rounds because he keeps on opening up the Tilma Golf Club course. That's like the 6th notification I've gotten in 30 minutes about him playing it. So we got here another long par 4, but this one's going downhill. So I really want to play this a little bit more into that side because of the camber right there. It's going to have a tendency to want to kick the ball out to the left, but then it's going to push it more back to the right. So let's see if I'm guesstimating right here. Not a bad look off the tee box. Kind of hitting the rock work right there. I mean, no big deal, but it's one of those things. Got a healthy shelf up in there. Downhill, it's going to want to fly on me a little bit. Well, that's safe. Thought I had the distance dialed in to make sure I was up on the upper shelf, so I'm okay back here. I can live with it. Okay, now stop. Good speed, bad line. Must have been a lot more break there than what I was seeing. Yeah, I just did not read that much break near the hole on that. I saw it as it was further back, but it showed it pretty level. She got close to the hole, so I should have taken my time and gone back and looked at it. So a solid hole, solid course thus far. So it's definitely a tour course. I like that there's not a lot going on behind the green on this. It just opens up in that fairway, so it gives a cool little effect off the tee box. Sure, we got going on over the left over here. I like this little mound here. I think that looks like really cool. There's something going on in this area that kind of renders it. I don't know. Probably could. I think what it is that I would have came off a little more gradual on this back slope on this. Extend that hill out just a little bit into this corner, and then let it go right into this mound right here, and it would have looked a little bit cleaner off that. Kind of gives a very rigid kind of look to it, and that might have been what you're going for. But what are we up? 17. And a slow downswing. Hoorah. Thank goodness. Haven't had one of those tonight, so needed one right there. Other than that, I think I was on it with the distance. Down here in safe par and be done with it. It would have been nice to have actually gotten to experience that green. Just telecast, so I thought I had a good shot going into it. But you just never know. Is this going to be one of them new fancy fandangled risk reward holes? All them youngins are always talking about. Supersized green for a 390-yard hole. But we also got a little bit of a different waypoint right here, so not overly concerned with it because it is only a 390-yard hole, but that's 323 minus 31. Can I reach that? Surely not. Surely not. No. No. We're not even coming close to it. We'll make that, though. Yeah, I played it too far out to the left. That killed me on that. And because it was on a downhill slope, it carried a shit ton further than what it should have, so I should have known that. Boy, this is funky, isn't it? Okay. Well, here we go. Let's just see what we do here. Let's put it enough to get it there, and because they're the greens, I mean, if you go for that putt, you're off the green. So I'm not going to say that I'm really crazy about that pin placement with these green speeds. I know that it's soft, but that's, I mean, that's pretty. Hold on 1 second. I have to plug this controller in. I think my battery's starting to die here. Yeah, even on a short hole, I'm not crazy about that pin placement. There is nothing realistic about that at all. I mean, if you even, what do you do? Leave the putt really, really short? I mean, because even just trying to hit it close, it's not like I just killed that putt or anything. It started stopping as it got to the hole, but just the momentum on it, because they're 180 greens, kept carrying it, and you got a yellow and red slope right behind it. So that's not going to be what I call successful there, man. I mean, it'll work for some of the upper tours if you're shooting for high level web or above. That's, that kind of pin placement, but it's not one that I would make a habit of sticking on my courses. Man, you guys are quiet tonight. Jesus, are you just like hanging on every word I'm saying or some stupid shit? It's not like I have like a lot of knowledge of what I'm talking about. I'm just like shooting from the hip. Usually you guys are all talkative and stuff, and now you're just like all quiet, like church mice. There's a tough driving hole right here. You're gonna win back in your face on that. And it's only 420, so I get it. But even then, you make somebody lay up on that, you turn that into a tough hole. Nope, I'm going to be in the bunker because of my damn bounce. Bounce. Big bounce. Slow back swing killed me. Slow back swing killed me. So, and we're up 30 feet. So, yeah, I'm not, this hasn't been the most successful holes that he's had here. I'm a fan of the course. I'm not a fan of what we got going on here. A little bit of overkill. That's almost like hard for the sake of being hard more than legitimate design. I don't mean that to sound as tacky as what it sounds, but, I'm just being honest about it. There was a little too pinched for what it is. I realize it's only a 420-yard par 4, but you're taking 3 clubs out of a player's hands in that little stretch, and you're forcing it into being a 200-yard shot up, way uphill. So not was crazy about that. And it might not be 200, it may only be like 170, but my point remains. It's almost like he got a little bit into his own head in through here, a little bit indecision or where he was going with something. This is a different look, so we're well, we've kind of changed tactics here on the back 9 as far as how we're doing our holes. We're starting to pinch some landing areas and all that. So we got a tight landing area, slopes off to the right. If these weren't soft fairways, I'd probably be bitching my ass off about that shot right there. Since they are, but I don't know why you have to start squeezing areas on a 620-yard par 5. Not necessarily in the driving area. I would tend to pinch this area up here and make this be the area where I start making the player pick and choose their shots versus right off the tee kind of deal. But, I mean, you have the option to go with the shorter wood off there. I mean, look at this fucking slope. Thus far on this course, it's like where I really like the front 9, but I'm questioning the back 9 big time. Okay, I'm a sucker. Let's do it. Same fucking swing I had on that one that gave me a very slow. Okay, I'll take it. All of a sudden, I very much enjoy the back 9. No, it's almost like a little bit of a changing tactic. There's been a little bit of a different feel on this back 9 than we had on the front. So, man, I like the looks he has going on. He's done a good job on that. So, And I'm not being overly harsh on the course or anything else. It's definitely a tour-worthy course. It's fantastic. Blah 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 blah. But this is a very tight competition. This is going to be very down to the tenths of points, as Mitch will attest to. So, I mean, every little thing kind of counts on that. It's the same thing. We're back to a very pinched-in driving area. Again, I mean, short hole or not, I don't want to like necessarily force the player into like clubbing down, especially hole after hole after hole. It's okay to do it here and there, but when you do it 3 consecutive holes, it's Oh, okay. So you're losing me here, Patrick. You're losing me. I loved your front 9, but your back 9's starting to wear on me a little bit. I'm not sure how I hit into a pinched area number 1. I hit a solid shot that should be in the damn fairway, and I'm still off into the rough because of the. I mean, come on now. You've been doing this longer than that. This, like I said, this is hard for the sake of the hard kind of crap. It doesn't fly, man. Jesus. I love being punished for good shots. And even better, on the soft green, somehow I'm rolling out big time. Guess I should have looked at the slope a little bit more. And just left it short because, okay. Yeah, it's not get off the green. Not at all. Let's putt from over here. You gotta be fucking kidding me. We're just going to chalk this one up to Griff is not a fan. That was not that successful of a hole for me. Just have too many things working against. Almost like he got in his own head, and it's, I mean, he's out thinking, he's out kicking his coverage. And some of these holes, he's got a good concept going on, but you've heard me tell other people this before. Pick what your challenge is going to be. If it's going to be length, fine. You have a 620-yard par 5. That's a 3-shotter every day of the week. So make your greens challenging, but don't fuck me up off the tee box. But we got that going, and we're using shorter par 4s. Okay, that's great. You can be more risky on shorter par 4s, but it still has to make sense. I mean, you can't go from driver all the way down to a damn 3-iron, just because it's a shorter par 4. Then it's not a shorter par 4. And then when you do it, so I have a risk-reward option on that last one where you shrink me into my landing area. Okay, fine. I can handle that. It's up to me at that point to go for it. And I go for it, and I hit a good shot, but I still end up off the fairway. Because, why? Because we set our camber, we pinch that area, and then we slope everything to the right to make sure it kicks off that direction. I mean, you kind of got to pick and choose where you're going to put your challenge. And that's not where you do it. You shrink something that tight, then somebody hits a good shot into it, give it to them. That's all I'm saying. It's kind of a cool little par 3 right here. I like the bridge going up into it. I like the way it's elevated up on this plateau. I like the flow of the green. We have a very definite shelf right there. Got a lot of fall off to the right, so I have to be careful on the front pins to make them fair for the distance. But all in all, successful looking hole from the tee box. Well, this is going to be ugly. I mean, I don't mind it. It's not an unfair putt. It's just when you want to be careful how much you attack on it. Yeah. I think I missed that a little bit low, but I wasn't going to go any more than that. So you go too far past that, and you're going right towards that ridge. So, fair green. I have no problem with not just giving a gimme on that one. So I like that hole. It's a good par 3. There's a shot in there somewhere where you try to come up just right on that ridge and get it to go up and be a little bit low of that hole, and you make it a pretty easy birdie, but you get out to the sides and a little bit tougher. What's up, Kessler? We got a big fat rock over there to the right. We got another one of the manure pile rocks over to the right too. This is in sunlight, not in shadow this time. So I guess I'm really going to look at this off the tee box now to see where he's going with me. So if I'm down here and to the right, it's probably going to pitch me off into the rough. Yep. Well, it held. Goodness. Well, that's because you're a knucklehead. Holy shit. I don't even have a clue how to go after this pin right here, guys. I really don't. With the yellow sloping right there on the edge, with the wind, with the downhill. I mean, that's just stick it up here and see if we get close enough for a birdie try. That'll work. So, I'm not going to lie. I'll question a little bit of the contouring on this one. So, sorry, Patrick. I'm a fan of your courses, but a little bit of it's a little bit overworked. Yeah, you're not going to like me on this back 9. Front 9 I really liked. You're losing me a little bit on the back 9 with some of the contouring and some of the strokes, but I could have told you 6 months ago not to take pity on Kessler. He creates his own problems. He knows he's got a contest course going, so instead of doing a contest course, I mean, that's 2 months. That's about how long it takes to put out a top-notch course. So instead of focusing on a contest course, I got like 6 other things I want to work on. Woo! There you go. But, so 431 yard uphill, par 4, which I don't have a problem with. I actually like that. I like playing back into the castle. And the background right there creates a nice ambient setting. Like what's going on. Oh, look at this. We're going to pinch driver again. So, oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. You're not going to get me this time. See, that's the thing. I go with that with driver. And because of the way this is contoured, land up on this shelf, it's automatically going to kick me back to the right. Even with soft settings and everything else, the chances are you're going to roll out right there. It's valid. You can see the hill right there. You can see the hill on the other side. So, and I don't mind doing that on a hole here and there. I think it keeps the player on their toes and everything else. We've just done it too many times on the back nine. So the word I tend to use for that is redundant. That's what it begins to feel like when you keep doing it over and over and over again. So you got to pick and choose where you use those tricks. Well, I think that one's coming up next. So just might as well go ahead and go get the Astroglide and get ready for it. Now looking at how this flows with the contours and everything else right there. So right in between clubs. I don't mind pinching driver. I don't want you guys to mistake what I'm saying, but you pick and choose where you're going with it. You don't do it in hole after hole after hole after hole. And that's the only thing. I mean, I actually like this course, and I said it from the very beginning. This is a tour-worthy course. Now, you guys have to understand, I'm just going to be point blank about this. This is a very tight contest. This thing is loaded with really good freaking courses top to bottom. So where you might not have gotten comments in the past, you're going to get them this time, because these are the small little things that separate courses points-wise. I'm just going to be flat honest about it, that the better quality of courses that come in, the more those points tighten up. And in this contest, you're earning every freaking point you get. You earned it in this contest. That's just the fact of the matter. So I'm going to point things out like this, and where it might have just been a passing comment in past contests, it's going to be a point of emphasis on this course at this time. So I was a big fan of the front nine. I really liked the flow. I liked where it was going. I liked the tone of the front nine. But we hit this back nine, and it like I said, it's almost like Patrick got in his own head a little bit. He started doing stuff just to be doing it. Versus trying to mimic what he did on the front nine. So he's... no, I'm not grumpy. I'm fine, dude. It's Friday. I got a beautiful wife. So, I mean, it's just... we missed a little bit of a... I don't know what's going on right here. I don't know if it's because of the contouring. That just may be a screen tear that's uncaused. I mean, it's got to be. There's no way in hell he missed heavy rough right there. He just went down the side of it, but that's screen tear, so I can't blame him for that. But no, I mean, all in all, you know, we're just this back nine. Just it became a grind because of the way we pinched some of our landing areas, because of the way it kept flowing. It just became a little bit more grindish than the front nine was. The front nine had challenge to it, but you were kind of immersed in your round at that point, and the back nine took me out of it just a little bit. So I guess to say it in a way that I've used in the past, it just felt a little bit more forced than the front nine. Now, that's just what we're going to do. Oh shit, this is for like par, isn't it? Damn it. I left myself with a shitty little putt here for par. And that's really not running uphill. Most of that putt's downhill. That's what's deceiving about the little marker up there. It says uphill 1 inch. My ass. It goes 1 inch up and then it goes right the hell back down. So if you're not careful with this, you are asking for trouble. I'm still going to play it down a little bit. All I want to do is get this started about right there. Nope, I was just off on my line, so well-earned bogey on that one. That was all me. I just did not play the right shots all the way through that hole. So, yeah. This was Transylvania Municipal Golf Park by Erickson Stone. It is definitely a tour-worthy course. Be interesting to see where the judges come in on this one. There's a lot I liked about it. I was a big fan of the front nine. I liked the ambience of the course. I actually think he caught a lot of Romania, Transylvania, Wallachia, that region. It definitely fits the looks, which he could have gone some different directions. So there's a lot of variable looks can go in there, but he honed in on what I really wanted the person to focus on, which was the castle aspect. There's some amazing castles all through that region. Dracula's castle obviously being more famous. The castle of Vlad Dracul, which was actually a real person. Even though there's a lot of the story of Dracula that's very made up, there actually was a Vlad the Impaler, hence Dracul, son of the dragon. Their war with the Turks, blah, 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 blah. A lot of historical reference. If you're interested in that, go check it out, but it really was a real person. Bram Stoker's Dracula was only fictional in it being a vampire. He was very much a real person. But he did a pretty good job of capturing the essence of what we were looking for on that. There were a couple of really good holes in the back nine. I pointed them out. He had that par 3, I think it was a 16th, I really liked. But there were others that were just kind of, they just felt forced, you know, and we just fell into this, well, let's pinch every shot we can off the tee. Kind of deal. And I'll be able to get more into it when I go back and replay this. I'll be able to get more into diagnostic and test different clubs and look and see what I'm playing, get more of a feel for it. These were just my initial impressions, so I may have to back up on what I said and be like, okay, see what I was doing here. It's not as bad as I made it to be out on the initial stream, but as always, this is my first time playing these, so I'm only telling you what I'm seeing as a first-time player. So take it for what it's worth. You don't have to agree with me. I'm fine with that, but yep, that's what I was saying, Patrick. Vlad the Impaler and Vlad Tepes, Dracula, they're all the same person, but he was a real-life person. And the Dracul is actually son of the dragon. So, other than that, gentlemen, good course. 5-starred it. I am going to take 5 minutes so that I can get this all set up and ready to export to Twitch if it decides it's going to actually work today. And I'll be back in about 5 minutes.